Hey OG, nice kicks. Keeping it 100 about these kicks I bought. Raw and uncut. The channel about the kicks and nothing but the kicks. Okay, let's do this. Hey OGs, OG crew. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Jordan Union Delta Mid SPs in the collection. But before we get into this shoe, I want to introduce again my co-host, the silent co-host, the man, Baby Yoda in the back. I always use Baby Yoda as a prop, as you all know, to kind of kick off my episodes. I'm a huge Star Wars fan and a huge Mandalorian fan, and Baby Yoda was the star of that show. I'm a Yoda fan and a Baby Yoda fan. You say, why are you a fan of a little green puppet? That's a good question, and that's something I'll talk to my psychiatrist about. But with all that said, Baby Yoda helps me introduce my YouTube sneaker channel episode. So that's why, if you're new to the channel, you're like, why is he introducing the Baby Yoda? That's just a little insight as to my mental state in life. So with all that said, let's get into these Jordan Union Delta Mid SPs. So why do I have these kicks in my collection? The real simple reason is simple. How did that sound? The real simple reason is simple. Well, the reason why I purchased these is because I was looking at getting those Jordan Union 4s in this colorway. And I do like the Unions, but to me it's not a good business decision to buy those shoes, especially in the colorways they come out in. Nice shoes, fire shoes, if you have them, it's a good purchase. I just don't think it's worth the money. So I said, instead of spending the money on the Jordan 4 Unions, I'll get the next best thing. I'm going to get these, these Delta SPs, because I like the Union colorway. I like the Union style. I think it's Union LA. I think it's an LA brand, Union. I don't really understand the background of the Union and Jordan collab, because it's really not that important. It's just a freaking shoe. But I do like these. The only problem with these is kind of hard to find something to wear with these, which is the same case with those Unions they put out the 4s. And like the colorways, like what are you going to wear with those? I used to see a lot of people out in the streets taking pictures for their YouTube page. I got the Unions. Hey, I hit on Sneaker App. I got the Unions. Look at me. Oh, I paid for them. I paid all this money for them. Look at me. But what are you going to wear them with? Like, even with these, I like the shoe, but I'm rarely going to wear them, because what are you going to wear them with? You're going to maybe with blue. I don't wear pink, of course. That's not, this OG is not doing that. And you probably can wear it with something if you have all black on, but what are you going to wear them with? And it's always funny to me when the Jordan brand does these collabs, how much they cost. The shoe actually costs. I mean, if you can't get them on a Sneaker App, and you're never going to get them on a Sneaker App, Travis Scott's or the Off-Whites or the Unions, you're never going to get them on a Sneaker App. I think that's a corrupt system. There's no way, if I've been trying to get a shoe on your app for over 2 years and have only hit once. And those were those red 5s. What were they called? I don't even know. I did get them, but I just canceled the order, because after I looked at them, I said I had the what does, and I had a red pair with a yellow pair. I didn't need another pair. But with that stated, I do like this shoe. I mean, when I purchased it, I was like, okay, I didn't hit to get the Union 4s. I still like the Union design. I like the concept. So these were the next best thing. I didn't hit on Sneaker App for these. I had to go to one of those sites that'll remain nameless to get these, but I didn't pay that much over retail, barely little over retail for these. And most of you probably saying, well, you shouldn't have paid even that for those, but I like the Union concept. I like the Union shoe. So this gives me a pair of Unions without spending all that extra money. Again, I like the colorway of the shoe, the Union design. I have worn this shoe one time. Very comfortable shoe. I will say it's a very comfortable shoe. I'm really happy that I didn't waste the money on the 4 Jordan Union 4s and those crazy colorways that come out. And I'm happy that I was smart enough to try these out first to see, hey, if I like these, because I like the Union style. And I'm also thinking when it comes to Jordan 1s, instead of trying to spend all that money for some of those colorways, because it's amazing how much, and I've talked about this in previous episodes, how much you pay for a shoe just based on the color. As a business person, that's not real smart. I mean, if you're a reseller and that's what you do, okay, that's what you do. You run that risk, you make that investment. But for GP, no, you don't spend that kind of money on that shoe. So my thing is now is if I like the colorway and I can get the lows much cheaper, I'll just get the lows. I mean, I like Jordan 1 lows. They've become one of my favorite shoes. The Jordan 1 lows to me are more comfortable than the Jordan 1 highs. I do like the way the highs look, but if I can get the lows in the same colorway, why wouldn't I save the money? Because it's really about the color of the shoe. And again, I'm not a reseller, so I can't speak for those guys. And I know why they do what they do, because there are a lot of sheep that are gullible out there to pay the extra money for those shoes. Just because whoever hyped them. Again, that's that sheep mentality. One person says they're fire, or a celebrity says they're fire, or you stamp a Travis Scott name on something, then all the sheep go herding to it and spend their money. Instead of paying for education or taking care of their kids or buying property and buying something that has a return on investment, they're going to put all their money into a shoe just because it has Travis Scott on it, or it's Off-White, or it's a Union. And the only reason why they're getting it because other people told them that the shoe is fire. Not because they like them. Because a lot of these shoes with these colorways, I can honestly say they're ugly shoes. It's like those Yeezys. Those Yeezys are the ugliest things ever created. And I'm like, people are walking around with these creations from this mentally ill man. And again, I'm not saying in a negative way. I'm praying for his mental health and how he gets better. But we all know the man has mental issues. And he creates this crazy stuff. And then people just go and buy because it's Kanye. It's like, wow. I mean, hey, the sheep. I mean, the thing is, I'm not hating. I'm just mad at myself because I didn't do this when I was young and think about doing something like this and doing something to attract the sheep to make me a billionaire. Because the sheep make you a billionaire. That's what it is, the sheep mentality. Everybody follows what everybody else says because nobody wants to take the time to read and learn and understand for themselves. They just want to follow what the herd takes them. Now, there is safety in numbers, but there's also ignorance in numbers. So I'll leave it at that. So now I'm back to the shoe. One wants, like I said earlier, a comfortable shoe. I like the colorway. The shoe is fire to me. I mean, I like the Union. This is, if I wanted to have a Union and I wanted to be reasonable with regards to the price, this is what I'm going to get. If the Union 4s ever came down to a price that I thought was comfortable, now my range is if it's anything over $100 over retail, I'm not buying it. It's just not worth it. I mean, I'm all into capitalism, but I'm not a sheep. I'm not that pressed for a shoe to where I'm going to pay 4 times the original price for it. Because you're really not going to get a return on investment. Once you make that payment into that, it's like getting a car. Once it leaves a lot, you're starting to lose money. It's the same concept, folks. Let's be smart. And I think as consumers, if we stop doing it, then they won't have a market for it. But the sheep won't stop. So they're going to keep making billions of dollars off that sheep mentality. So, okay, I'm just saying all that because I'm hating because I can't get them for retail on the apps. So what you're hearing right now is just a diatribe of hate because I'm not lucky enough, because I'm not connected enough to get any hits off the sneaker app. So with all that said, I'm going to show you these puppies on feet. So please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by. So this is how these puppies look on feet. Again, very comfortable shoe. I did purchase the leather laces in that colorway to kind of match the stitching, the bottom on the side. So I was lucky enough to find a pair of leather laces to go in these puppies to kind of match. Again, well, close enough to matching the stitching and that little patch in the back there. Very comfortable shoe, very comfortable shoe. And just for folks that are new to the channel, if you've lasted this long, if you lasted this long, you're new to the channel, then you're a warrior because you're probably thinking, what is he doing and why is he doing this? It's a real basic concept. I really don't prepare for what I'm going to say. I just put the sneaker up and whatever comes to mind, I talk about it. Sometimes it may be something totally unrelated to the sneaker, but if that's what came to mind, that's what came to mind. That's why in the intro it says raw and uncut. It's raw, it's not rehearsed, it's raw, it's real. This is reality TV as it relates to someone talking about the sneakers in their collection, like you would care. It's a good point. I wonder why you would care. It's his sneakers, why do I care what he thinks about his sneakers? Well, it's a YouTube page and it's a good opportunity for me to talk about my sneakers and to catalog my sneakers, so it really serves a dual purpose. And if you enjoyed the content, good. If you didn't, it's something I can look back on when I'm 80 years old in my wheelchair and say, what the hell was on my mind back in 2021? And it was those sneakers, and that's what I thought about them. So with all that said, before I close out, just letting you know these puppies are comfortable. I don't know if you even get these anymore. I don't know if you want to get these anymore, but I actually like them. I'm glad I purchased them, and I'm not mad at them. And so with all that said, thank you for joining me up to this point. And again, I don't know why you're still here, but if you're still here, thank you. Peace.